When I stepped inside, I knew something was wrong. The house was too quiet. No cartoons echoing from the TV, no clattering of dishes, no soft exasperated laugh from my wife as she wrangled the kids into pajamas. Just stillness. That's when I saw the note, sitting neatly on the counter, my name scrawled across it in her hurried handwriting. My stomach dropped before I even opened it. Inside, the words were shaky, like the pen had fought against writing them. Don't look for me. I need to figure out who I am. The kids are yours now. That was it. No reason. No goodbye. Just those cold lines. I read it over and over, waiting for it to mean something different each time, but it never did. Dad? Emily's voice pulled me back. She stood in the doorway clutching her stuffed rabbit, her wide eyes searching my face. Where's Mom? I couldn't answer. My throat felt locked shut. I knelt, wrapped my arms around her, breathing in the smell of shampoo and crayons. For a moment I thought about lying, telling her Mom was at the store or at work. But even at 7, Emily knew better. She left, didn't she? She whispered. Her words cut deep. She didn't even ask. She stated it like she already knew. The next few days were chaos, like living inside a storm. Emily and Max, only 4, kept asking where their mom was, when she'd be home, if they had done something wrong. Every time I tried to reassure them, my voice would crack. At night, after they were asleep, I buried my face in a pillow and cried until there was nothing left. Friends stopped by with kind words and clichés. She just needs time. She'll come back. Others just looked at me with pity, which somehow hurt even more. And through it all, one question never left my mind. Why us? 2 weeks later, I found the first piece of truth. I was going through the bills when I saw charges that didn't make sense. Hotel rooms, restaurants, gas stations far from home. At first, I thought they were mistakes. But then I noticed the dates. They lined up perfectly with the nights she said she was working late. My chest went cold. I dug deeper. Phone records, credit card statements, old emails. The puzzle pieces fell into place. There was another man. She hadn't left to find herself. She had left to be with him. I didn't tell the kids. How do you explain to your children that their mother chose someone else? One night, I drove to the address from one of the receipts. I thought maybe I'd knock on the door, demand answers, make her face me. But when I got there, I just sat in the car staring at the glowing number on the hotel room door. My hands shook so badly I couldn't even hold the wheel. I thought about our wedding day, about her laugh, about the promises we made. I thought about rocking our babies to sleep, about the road trips, about every little memory that built the life we shared. And I realized she had torn it all apart without hesitation. I drove home without ever knocking. Eventually, the kids began to sense what I couldn't say. One night, Emily climbed into my bed, her little body shaking. Dad, she said quietly, did Mom leave because of us? I pulled her close, my heart splitting in two. No, sweetheart, I whispered. It wasn't you. It wasn't Maximum. It was Mom, I finally said. She made a choice. A bad one. She doesn't love us anymore. Her words hit me like a punch to the chest. I wanted to tell her she was wrong, to reassure her that her mother's love hadn't disappeared. But love doesn't walk out the door and leave a note on the kitchen counter. Love doesn't vanish into hotel rooms with someone else. So I kissed her forehead and whispered, I love you enough for both of us. Life didn't give me a choice but to keep moving. The mornings blurred together. Packing lunches, tying shoelaces, trying to calm tears and tantrums. I burned meals, missed permission slips, and stumbled my way through single parenthood while nursing a wound that refused to heal. At work, I forced a smile and pretended everything was fine. At night, when the house was quiet, I crumbled. Some nights I hated her, imagining her laughing with him, smiling the way she used to with me. I replayed every lie, every excuse. Other nights, I missed her so much it felt like it might kill me. The bed was too big. The silence too loud. And every morning, I had to remind myself my children deserved a father who didn't stay broken. 3 months later, my phone rang. Her name flashed on the screen as I folded laundry. My heart betrayed me. For a moment, it leapt. I answered with a voice colder than I meant. What do you want, Sarah? She was quiet for a beat. Then, a trembling breath. I just wanted to hear the kids' voices. I wanted to laugh. Or scream. You left them, Sarah. You don't get to just call when you feel like it. I'm sorry, she whispered. I wasn't myself. Don't. I cut her off. Don't say you weren't yourself. You chose this. You left your children for a man you barely knew. That wasn't losing yourself. That was destroying us. She started crying, but I hung up. I didn't care anymore whether her tears were real. That night, I sat the kids down. Mom called, I said. Max tilted his head. Is she coming back? I took a deep breath. No, buddy. She isn't. Mom decided to live somewhere else. But she still cares about you, even if she doesn't live with us. Emily's eyes filled with tears, but she just nodded, too grown up for her age. And I realized then that my job wasn't to shield them from the truth. My job was to teach them how to survive it. Time did what time always does. The pain dulled, even if the scar stayed. I became both mom and dad. I learned how to braid hair, patch scraped knees, juggle conference calls with school plays. I wasn't perfect. I failed plenty. But I kept going, because they needed me to. Occasionally, Sarah would reach out. A card, an email, a half-hearted attempt to step back into our lives. At first, I was furious. Then I pitied her. Eventually, I stopped reacting at all. Years passed. The kids grew up, and I grew stronger with them. On the 5th anniversary of the day she left, I sat at the same counter where I had once found her note. I wrote a letter I would never send. Sarah, you don't get to break a family and wonder why the pieces won't fit anymore. You don't get to walk away from your children and expect them to wait with open arms. You don't get to leave the man who loved you more than anything and then cry when he stops caring. But I forgive you. Not because you deserve it, but because I can't let you live in my head anymore. You don't own my pain. You don't own my story. The kids are thriving. They laugh. They dream. They are stronger than you know. And me? I survived the storm you left me in. I'm not broken anymore. Goodbye. I folded the letter, sealed it, and tucked it away in a drawer. I didn't need to send it. The act of writing was enough. I still think about her note sometimes. Don't look for me. The kids are yours now. Back then, it felt like a curse. Like she had handed me an impossible weight and disappeared. But now, all these years later, I see it differently. She gave me the only thing that mattered. Full, unquestioned custody of the two people who saved my life. They were mine. They were always mine. When I watched Emily walk across the stage at her middle school graduation, Max cheering from beside me, I understood something that had taken me years to learn. She didn't abandon me. She set me free. And the love I lost? It's nothing compared to the love that stayed. And that, I finally realized, is enough.